So I thought to share with you something I was thinking about this morning, which is when the importance of rejoicing, and of looking around and seeing the good in what people are doing and rejoicing at the virtue. And I was thinking, here living in a community, I can only directly do the virtuous actions that I try and do. But in a community, we have many more things that need to be done that are virtuous. And even though I'm not doing them, in my mind, I can give my support and encouragement to the people who are doing them, so that I feel that when they're doing those actions, I'm behind them. Okay? So I was thinking, for example, we have the practice every 2 weeks of making the sur offering. Okay? So when somebody's making the sur offering, I'm in my room doing something else, but mentally it gives me, a very good feeling to know that people are doing it. And I feel like, okay, I can't do it, but they're doing it for me. But I'm involved and I rejoice, that they do it. And so similarly, some of you are doing Yamantaka retreat, I'm doing Manjushri retreat. I can't be doing either of those at this moment, but I can be there with you as you're doing them, and feel like I'm there and I'm participating and I'm supporting you and rejoicing in what you're doing. And when I look, I'm not cooking and I'm not cleaning the dishes and I'm not vacuuming, but all of those things are really important things to do to keep the monastery functioning. Otherwise, we couldn't do anything else. And if you're there offering service to the Sangha, you're creating merit. If you're washing the dishes, thinking that you're cleansing sentient beings' minds of defilements, you're creating merit. And so even though I'm not washing dishes or making food offering or cleaning or, offering service in those kinds of ways, or working in the garden or planting the vegetable garden or working in the forest, or all the different things that have to go on to keep the place going, I can be there in spirit with the people who are doing that and really rejoicing and feeling good and feeling like, well, they're doing it for me because I'm busy doing something else and I can't do everything myself that's virtuous. Yeah, but here are all these other people doing virtuous things. And I was thinking how important, that when I look at life in that way, like, gee, I can't do everything that's virtuous. Even if I'm capable of doing it, many things I'm not capable of doing, but I can sit there and feel like I'm doing them when other people are doing them. And then in that way, the mind is very, very happy, And I was thinking that's how you create merit through rejoicing, is because you have such a happy mind and you feel like you're there with the people who are doing these great things. Okay? And I was thinking that that's so different from the way that we normally operate, where we look around us and we could look at the Abbey and say, it is so busy here. There's people doing this retreat and there's people studying, and then you have to vacuum and you have to dust and you have to cook and you have to do the dishes and you have to do all those things, and that's just taking me away from my Dharma practice because I want to sit and study, and why are these people keeping me so busy, and I'm really unhappy, and I should have gone somewhere else to do retreat where there's a staff that serves me, that makes my bed, that caters to me, and I don't have to wash a dish or vacuum a floor or anything, then I would have had a really wonderful, lovely retreat, instead of living at this place where these people are so busy and you have to do this and you have to do that. Yeah? And, and I was thinking, this is like such a good example. The place is the same. And you can look at it one way, or you can look at it the other way. Yeah? One way you look at it, you're so happy. And you look at the other people, and you just feel so good about what they're doing, and you rejoice. The other way, you look at other people, you look at yourself, and the mind is angry and complaining and unhappy. And the external situation is the same. Yeah? One attitude, you create virtue. One attitude, you create non-virtue. Yeah? Lama Zopa used to say to us that it's all on the tip of a hair. You know, meaning that what you experience, whether you create virtue or non-virtue, is just that little tip of the hair, whether you slide it towards a positive attitude or slide it towards anger and attachment. Or if you slide it towards kindness and rejoicing, slide it, you know? It's like you don't even have to do anything physically. It's a shift in the mind that makes an entire difference in your entire life, doesn't it? And not just this life, but it makes a difference in the karma you create that determines next life, and it influences whether we're going to attain liberation and enlightenment or not. You know, because having an angry, complaining mind, you're not going to get to enlightenment with that kind of mind. Forget it. You never heard, I didn't hear of a sutra called the Complaining Buddha, you know. The Sutra of the Complaints of the Buddha, you know. I haven't heard of that sutra. Okay. So, yeah. So if you look in the sutras, you know, and you look at the Bodhisattva deeds and everything, it's always like seeing everything in such a positive attitude. And that creates virtue, doesn't it? You know? And you don't even physically have to do anything. You can be vacuuming the floor, you know, or you could be lying in bed, or you could be lifting logs. But it's the shift in the mind, yeah, that makes the difference. So this is our choice, you know, how we choose to train our own mind. Yeah, and so that's why we all came here, isn't it? To train our own mind. If you want to complain, there's the whole rest of the world that will encourage you in all of your complaints. Isn't it? Yeah, that's what we do mostly in the world, and that's what so much of worldly conversation is about. It's either about what we want to buy, because we have attachment, you know, what we want to do, because we have attachment, or everything we don't like that we complain about and we're angry about. And that's what we talk to our friends about most of the time, isn't it? You know, and you're a friend if you'll listen to all of my blah. What kind of friend is that? You know? How are we gonna, yeah, you're a friend because I can blah all over you and you'll listen to it. Do we want to be that kind of friend to other people? No, we want to be the kind of friend that like really inspires and invigorates people and makes them feel good about life. Yeah. So that involves just that tweak the mind, you know. Okay, so the question is that you have a very positive mind because you're doing all, you're cooking and cleaning and vacuuming. And then there are these other people who don't do that, but they rejoice in your doing it. Yeah, they don't want to partake in that. But so they just say that they're rejoicing. It's not that they're busy doing some other virtuous action. Yeah, but they're rejoicing at your virtue. But you're sitting there, why aren't they working? And that is your virtuous mind that they're rejoicing at. Oh, these people I'm sitting here doing virtue, vacuuming this floor, and they're so lazy and aren't doing anything and just saying they rejoice at my virtue. But I'm the virtuous one. Is that what you're asking? Yeah, you just burn out. Because is that mind virtuous? No, it's full of self-righteous anger. I heard they're making a pill. You know? Yeah. Yeah. The virtuous pill that you can take and then it changes your mind. Yeah? Okay? You should buy stock in that company.
Is it called joyous effort?
What?
Is it called joyous effort?
Yes. Yeah. It's called changing your own mind and working at it. It's called getting tired of being unhappy, is actually what it is. You know, when we start and look and we see that the mind that complains, the mind that is angry, is so unhappy. Everywhere we go, we take this unhappy mind with us. And at a certain point, we get sick of being unhappy. Yeah? And what are we renouncing in Buddhism? We're renouncing suffering and unhappiness because we want to be happy. Yeah? So we're the only one who can change our mind and make that happen. Yeah? Yeah. Yes, we should. Maybe you should transcribe this and put it on the mirror in the bathroom. So instead of looking at, you know, how beautiful I am. Yes, that's exactly it. I've been working so hard, doing all these things, and you know, and then these people, all they do is rejoice at what I'm doing. They're not lifting a finger to do it. You know, I'm exhausted, but I have plenty of energy to mentally be angry and complain. It's true, isn't it? You know, oh, I'm just so exhausted. I want to rest. I've been vacuuming. I'm just wiped out, you know? This is too much. I did the lunch dishes. I just, you know, I mean, I think I need to rest. I mean, I need an 8-hour nap right now. I'm just tired from the lunch dishes. But these people who just look at me scrubbing and scream and doing all these things like I'm supposed to be Cinderella, you know, and they're just sitting there rejoicing with their nose in the air, you know, not appreciating how hard I'm working and how much I'm burnt out. Oh. Yeah, we have plenty of, like you said, we have plenty of energy for that, don't we? Yeah? Anger gives us energy. Yeah. Do you ever fall asleep in the middle of being angry? No. His Holiness is giving teachings. We're going to a Dharma teaching. We'll fall asleep in the middle of that. But when we're angry, do we ever fall asleep in the middle? Never. Always have energy for anger. Yeah? Okay.